to Lunch with Flem out in the middle. Flem, I know you're excited about this one.
Tell you what, Mel, this is going to be a beauty. I'm with the godfather of Western Australian cricket. He's also a two-time World Cup champion for Australia. Of course, it's long Tom Moody. Thanks for joining us on Lunch with Flem. I've gone with peppermint tea. That was your request?
That is the request. Thank you very much.
Good brew, that one.
Tell you what, it's not even hot.
Go again. Hey, Moods, beautiful stadium. Of course, you'd be loving it here. They've got the Justin Langer stand. Are you comfortable with the push to call this the Tom Moody Stadium?
I'm definitely not comfortable with that. Just give me a loo somewhere out the back or something like that. That'll be fine for me. Or even a seat.
A seat, maybe? A pool?
One seat.
There's a pool here, the Tom Moody.
That'll be all right.
You weren't a bad swimmer in your day.
Have a swim with Tom, yeah.
I'd like that. Well, talking about other sports, you know you're a fine cricketer. Growing up, what were the other sports that you excelled in?
I used to enjoy playing AFL. Obviously, being 6'6" and a bit, AFL was an attraction.
You're a chance, bit of rucking?
Yeah, centre forward, full forward. Didn't really like rucking that much. You know, I didn't
it's the knees in there.
Yeah, it's hard work. I like the sort of stuff up front where you kick a few sausage rolls.
Oh, yeah, I would have thought so. And you're an athlete as well, were you?
Yeah, athletics. I high jumped, managed to jump my height.
Oh, wow.
And
200 centimetres.
Yeah, 200 centimetres. That was at school. I think the record's broken now, but that bit of triple jump, bit of shot put, bit of discus as well. Used to enjoy. We didn't have javelin because it was banned at school.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yes, I would have thought so. Can we get into your cricket career though? Starting off with WA, what was it like going into the dressing rooms? Very strong state.
Yeah, look, there's a lot to live up to. Obviously, with the likes of Lillian Marsh just recently retired, I came in as a youngster on the back of their retirement, but also on the back of 4 players in Alderman, Hogan, Shipperd and Kim Hughes went on the Rebel Tour. So it left a big opening in Western Australian cricket. So a lot of young guys got opportunities probably a year or two earlier than they would do otherwise.
Yeah,
so blessing
talk us
for
through
me.
This is what you're noted for, hitting them straight down the ground for 6.
Yeah, I used to fancy when the spinners come on that it was time to cash in. You know, they were there to entertain the crowd. So
hitting with the Freo doctor?
Yeah, well, either way, just hit as hard as I can. I tell you what, I wish I could use the bats they use these days. They're incredible, aren't they?
How hard would you, or how long would you do? Hey, Moods, and what about, I looked up your one-day debut. Was actually in the World Cup in 1987. Yeah,
in India, in Madras, as it was called then, now obviously Chennai. A great Australian win that particular game, and it was great to be involved in that particular World Cup because we were massive underdogs, and to walk away with winners was brilliant.
No, it was like this. Hey, we got a little shot to the river. Is that your boat out there, Moods? Is that how you get to the stadium each day?
I wish that was my boat, but no. I've always found the best theory here in Perth, because we're obviously surrounded by river and ocean, is have friends that have got boats. And I'm lucky I've got a couple of mates that have got boats.
Name names.
No.
Joe Angel, we've got him on the Lunch with Flem tomorrow. Hoggy.
I wouldn't want to go on Joey's boat. There wouldn't be any room.
No, hey, now what about your one-day career, though? 2 World Cup winning Australian teams, but as a player, you used to hit them long off the bat.
Yeah, look, I had a sort of an interesting career. It was over a long period of time. Started in 87, which you touched on, finished in 99. Only played, I don't know how many it was, 70-odd games. Yeah, look, I wish I knew then what I know now. And I'm sure you feel the same as a former player, is that you just make stupid mistakes when you're young. I got the chance to open the batting quite a bit, and towards the back end of my career, it was sort of more as a bowler that batted number 6 or 7.
And hit the and you helped us win the 1999 World Cup. Do you remember our first meeting there and the words from Jeff Marsh, total drinking ban?
Yeah, look, I do remember it, and I also remember the atmosphere in the room. Just it was like the oxygen got sucked out of that room, wasn't it? But then soon after that meeting, I think every single squad member came to me. I don't know why it was me. Said, Moots, you've got to speak to Tugger. So, you can't go and speak to him?
You relented, didn't you? You got him. You broke him down, didn't you?
I knocked on his door. Tugger, mate, we need to talk about this drinking ban.
And we didn't lose another game once you'd done that.
No.
Test match career, 200s. You debuted here against New Zealand at the Wacker. Memories of that?
Yeah, it was also Chris Cairns' debut. I remember that. Danny Morrison was bowling quick little outswingers. Yeah, again, I remember the first half of my innings. My feet were glued to the crease. I was that nervous. Got going, and then got strangled down the leg side for 60-odd.
Oh, no. I know you didn't play a lot on the 89 Ashes tour, but that was obviously one of the highlights of your career.
Absolutely. 12th man throughout the whole tour.
Had to look after the sponsors.
Yeah, Forex obviously were the sponsors, and I was a very good ambassador for Forex. Also a very good support to Steve Waugh. That was his breakthrough test series. I threw to him in the first test match at Headingley, and he got 100 that test match.
His first test 100.
Yeah, and then he said to me from then on, you have to throw to me every single game throughout the whole Ashes, you know, superstition obviously, so I threw him half volleys for the rest of the tour.
Well, you got your arm in, and I think it was well, because you broke a world record on that tour, and it was, of course, Haggis throwing, 230 feet.
Yeah.
So Steve Waugh's helped you. Now, what's in that?
Yeah, well, it's sheep, heart, kidney, guts, liver, you name it, but they eat
We're
it up
not
in
eating
Scotland.
it, but can you throw? Let's break a record at Tom Moody Stadium.
You got to get it on the right spin.
Okay, look at the technique there. Let's go. Yep, that's 5.5 metres. That's a record.
Yeah, a record here. It's the
Tommy
first time it's
Moody,
ever done.
thanks for joining us on Lunch with Flem. You're an absolute legend.
Absolute
Mel, what
legend.
about that? He's broken a record. Haggis throwing at the Tom Moody Stadium.